Namaste. Okay. Mic check, mic check. Yoga Sutra, Book 3, Sutra 27. Here we go. It's really short. Namaste. Janandra Tangrang Vyuhachinyanamu Janandra Samyamam Kurutubam Tanranum Vyuham Vijaniyat. Namaste. Upon the moon, the knowledge of the arrangement of the stars. By performing constraint upon the moon, he would discern the arrangement of the stars. Okay, Bhagavatam next. Bhagavatam, Book 4, Hymn 39. Double check here. Yeah, gigantic letters. Namaste. I always say Sanskrit Devanagari should be 3 times the size of Hindi. At least. The larger the better. Namaste. Ashum Natigram Tamu no Shirtabama Devasapuro Tiaban Devasapuro Tiabian Devasapuro Tibian Utam Jaikirama sorry Ujo Chanantil Ma Mushatsa Ujo Chanantil Ma Mushasaha Sudayana Devati Vishivani Duritani Vaishana Mahashijai Kaimiya Baitaha Jaikaimiya Mahashijai Kaimiya Baitaha Bataha Mahashijai Kaimiya Bataha Gratu Pran Tatigradu Tatigrabunaha Puruban Rasyam Purushanaha Yam Purupyo Didivam Sam Naganim Dada Tulmitra Barunua Taturima Yo Ashevasian Tatigrabuno Akari Desamidute Agana Ushaso Biushurto Anagasam Tamaditiha Kurunotu Sa Mitreno Barunuanang Sajoshwa Tatigrabuno Ishva Uljo Maho Yadamana Mahi Marutam Nama Padarama Sivasataye Varunam Mitramaгаnim Abamaha Inandaram Vajrabahuma Inandarami Vedupaye V. Sorry. One second. Inandarami Vedupaye V. Kuvayananta Udirano Yajinyamupaprayanantahu Yajinyamupaprayanantahu Tatikramu Sudanam Maltiyaya Tadatul Baruno no Ashevama Tatikrabuno Akarisham Jishunosha Jeshuno Rashevasyam Vajinahu Surapi no Mukam Karatapura no Ayum Shui Tari Shot Ayum Shui Tari Shot Namaste. Now give we praise to Datigras, the rapid, and mention in our law the earth and heaven. May the dawns flushing move me to exertion, and bear me safely over every trouble. I praise the mighty steed, who fills my spirit, the stallion Datigraban, rich in bounties, whom swept the foot and shining bright as Agni, yea, Varuna and Mitra gave to Purus. Him who hath honored, when the flame is kindled at break of dawn, the courser Tatigravan. Him of one mind, with Varuna and Mitra, may Aditi make free from all transgression. When we remember mighty Tatigravan, our food and strength, then the blessed name of Maruts, Varuna Mitra, we invoke for welfare and Agni, and the thunder-wielding Inandra. Both sides invoke him as they call on Inandra when they stir forth and turn to sacrificing. To us have Varuna and Mitra granted the courser Tatigras, a guide for mortals. So have I glorified with praise strong Tatigravan, conquering steed. Sweet may he make our mounts, may he prolong the days we have to live. Okay, next is Upanishad. I'm gonna cheat. Chanandogi Upanishad, Book 7, Cananda 18. Almost done with Book 7. This Book 8 is the last one. It's 26 Canandas, so 9 left, including today. And it's just one sloka, so I'm gonna cheat. That works. Yes. Is that big enough? It's better than the other.
Just be around. Give me text.
Oh, never mind. It uses the same program. I didn't know that. Okay, never mind. Namaste. Yadang by Manutetam Vijanati Nama. From the beginning. Namaste. Help me. Yadang by Manutetam Vijanati Namatavang Vijanati Matavaiva Vijanati Matisutvavam Vijijinya Sitabiati Matim Pagavo Vijijinya San Iti. Namaste. Iti Ashurta Dashaha Kanundaha Verily, when one thinks, then he understands. Without thinking, one does not understand. Only after having thought does one understand. But one must desire to understand thought. Sir, I desire to understand thought.
Second thought, never mind. Things came up.
Okay, next is Upanishad, Book 4, Chapter 26. And this is the last reading for the day. I was missing my windows. Okay. Alright, now you can watch me. Almost done with book 4. 31 chapters. Today is 26. Let me find that. How long is this? It's been really long in Shrimad Bhagavatam lately. Oh, really short. 26. Today's gonna be it's gonna be like 30-minute long session total. Okay, so I'm gonna get my translation copy. This has both English and Sanskrit. The Sanskrit letters are so tiny I cannot read them. I mean I could read them, but I refuse to read them. They're so tiny. Okay, 26 it is. It's really, really short. One puff will take care of everything. No, can I? No, I can't even sit on this one yet. No, same size. Yeah, I wanna go as large as I can. This is the max. I maxed out on the Zoom. Okay, that'll take care of the whole thing. Here we go. Namaste. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hridavimshotyaya. Naradam Ubajam. Sa Ekadam Maheshivan So Ratam Pancha Shivama Shugam Dubisham Dubichakra Mekka Kusham Duribenum Panchabanum Turam Ekarashimi Ekadamana Mana Ekarashimi Ekadamana Mekanidam Mekanidam. Okay. Ekarashimieka Ekarashimiekada Ekarashimiekada Mana Mekanidam Dubikubaram Panchapraharanam Sabuddhabarutam Panchavikramam Haimopaskaramaruhyam Sivanavai Makushoye Shutiha Sivanavai Makushoye Shutiha Ekadashachamunatah Panchaprasthamagadvanam Chachara Murugayam Tatran Turuputam Adateshukai Mukah Bihayam Jayam Atadaiham Murugavyasanala Lasah Asurim Purototima Shrityam Koratama Niranugraha Nyahanani Shai Nishitai Banoi Baneshu 니야하나는 니샤 니야하나는 니시 니야하나는 니시타의 반어에 받는 바네슈 니야하나는 니시타의 반어에 바네슈 바나꽃자라는 딜테슈 프라티드르셔투에슈 랑장 마티아는 바슈는 바네 야바달 타말람 루부토 하니아디티 니아미아테 야 에밤 깔마 니아땀 비드반 꿀비타 마나바흐 깔마노 테나 라제난드라 지냐네나 나사 리피아테 아니아탄 깔마 꿀바노 마나루투어 니바티아테 구노프라 하파티토 나실토 프라지뇽 프라자티아타흐 따뜨란 늘피는 나가 드라놈 찌드라바자이흐 실리무카이흐 비플라보푸 두허키타남 두허사하흐 까루너드마남 샤샤나 파라하나 마히슈나 가바야나 루루샬리아카나 마티아나 니암셰짬 비비타나 비니크나나 시라마마티아가트 따따흐 구슈뜨뜨르뜨 파리시라는 또 니브르뜨또 그르하메 이바는 그르타스나 노치타하라흐 삼비베샴 가타클라마흐 아드마나 할야 말하 아드마나 말하얀 짜그레 투발레파스라가 디피흐 가트발랑은 그릇다 살방은 고 몸무타 투발레파스라가 디피흐 사트발랑은 그릇다 살방은 고 마히슈여 마다테 마나흐 뜨르부도 흐르셔떠흐 수드르쁘다시점 가는 달방 그르셔떠까 가는 달방 그르셔떠마 나사흐 나 비아차시떠 바라로함 그르히누임 그르하메티님 아는따흐 보라스들이 요브르저 차드 비바나임 아는따흐 보라스들이 요브르저 차드 비바나임 아는따흐 보라스들이 요브르저 차드 비바나임 이반 베디셔트 아피바흐 고샬람 라마흐 사시바리놈 야탕 보람 나 따타이 딸히 로짜는 때 그르해슈 그르하삼은 바다흐 야디 나 시아드 그르해 마땅 빠뜨니 반 빠티데바땅 비앙은게 라타 이반 브라지냐흐 고 나마시타 디나바트 그반 발타테 성 라라나 마지자는 땀 비아사날 너베 양 마무드 타라테 브라지냥 디바야는 디 바데 라마 우주흐 나라나타 나 Ji Namaste Bapte Puriyam Ji Naranatha Na Jani Maste Bapte Puriyam Yadabhya Basyati Putale Irabasatare Shayanam Pashya Shaturuhane Narada Upacham Puranjanaha Svamahi Shuyim Niri Kushuya Batutam Puvi Tatasanggonam Matitam Tatasanggonam Matita Jinyano Vaiklavyam Paramam Yayao Sanantavayana Shilakrishna Yang Pacham Hurudayana Viduyatam Purayasyam Snehasaram Samramam Pa Lingamatamani Snehasamnamam Pa Lingama Snehasamnamam Pa Purayasyam Snehasamnamam Pa Lingamatamani Snehasamnamam Pa Lingamatamani Na Piagat Anoniyatam Shanakai Viro Nunakat Yakovidah Shanakai Viro Nuna Yakovidah Pasapasham Pada Yugalamaha Jotasangangala Litam Puranjana Uvacham Nunam Devakarata Punuya Sute Prutyam Yashevi Shivarah Shupem Kurutanga Sevat Masat Kurutavan Shikushwa Danandam Na Yunjatem Paramonugraho Danandvo Prutyeshu Prapunol Pitah Palo Nam Veda Tatatanan Vim Manantu Kurutya Mamashanoha Sang Devam Mukham Sudati Supra Vanuran Supra. Wow. This is not a lot of spelling is wrong. Supra, they spell it out. It's Supra. Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Bali Babila Sadatasita Balokama. Supra, because this is not Supra. It doesn't have Supra, yeah. Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Bali Babila Sadatasita Balokama. I'm gonna do two different versions. One will be Supra and the other will be Supra. I'm gonna do Supra first because that shouldn't exist. Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Bali Babila Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Babila Sadata Sita Balokama Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Babila Sadata Sita Balokama Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Babila Sadata Vilaman Babila Sadata Sita Balokama Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Babila Sadata Sita Balokama Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Babila Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Babila Sadata Sita Balokama. Alright, now the second version. Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Babila Supra Vanuraga Para Brida Vilaman Babila Sadata Sita Balokama 사드탕 수프라바누라가 파라브리더 빌라만 발릴 수프라바누라가 파라브리더 빌라만 발릴라임 바빌라 나 바빌라 수프라바누라가 파라브리더 빌라만 바임 빌라만 바빌라 사드타시타 발로까마 빌라만 발릴라 사드타 수프라바누라가 파라브리더 빌라만 발릴라 사드타시타 발로까마 니라라까 니피루파 스끄르다 무는 나삼 니라라까 리피루파 스끄르다 무는 나삼 나흐 스바남 브라다샤야 마나스비니 바르구 바기암음 다스면은 나테 다마마함 따바 비라바트니 요니아트라 부수라꿀라 드끄르다끼를 비셔스땀음 바시에나 비타파야무는 무디땀 비타파야무는 무디땀 트릴로기야 마니아트라 바이 무라리뽀리 따라트라 무라리뽀리 따라트라 다사트 파크트람 나테 비틸라캄 말리남 비하이샴 삼남은 파피 마마브르 마비무르 셔터 마페타라가마 삼남은 파피 마마비실 삼남은 파피 마마비무르 셔터 마페타라가마 파시에 스타나 바피 슈토파하타오 수장하타오 비문바 타람 비가타쿠 꾸마마깡은까 빡깜빵은까라가마 비가타쿠 꾸마빵은까라가마 따나메 프라시다 수후르다흐 그르타키를 비셔시야 스바이람 카타시야 무르가얌 비아사나 두라시얌. That's the last one. Okay, last second half. Kan Devaram Vashagatam Kusuma Sutra Vega Visara Sataya Ta Paumsana Mushati. That's the hardest word, I think. Kusuma Sutra Vega Visara Sata Paumsana Mushati. Kusuma Sutra Vega Visarata Kusuma Sutra Vega Visarasata Paumsana Mushati. Kusuma Sutra Vega Visarasata Kusuma Sutra Vega Visarasata Paumsana Mushati. Kan Vedaram Vashagatam Kusuma Sutra Vega Visarasata Paumsana Mushati. Kusuma Sutra Vega Visarats Kusuma Sutra Vega Visara Sutta Paumsana Mushati. Kusuma Sutra Vega Visara Sutta Kusuma Sutra Vega Visara Sutta Paumsana Mushati. Kusuma Sutra Vega Visara Sutta Kusuma Sutra Vega Visara Sutta Oh man, I wish it was in one line. This is like, I hate this. Kusuma Sutra Vega Vasa Kusuma Sutra Vega Visara Sutta Paumsana Mushati. Kusuma Sutra Vega Visara Sutta Paumsana Mushati. One more. Kusuma Sutra Vega Visara Sutta Paumsana Mushati. Na Pajata Kurutiem. Oh well. Iti Shrimad Bhagavate Mahapurane Paramahamsyam Samhitayam Chaturthaskanante Puranjanopakhyane Shadubimshotyayah. Namaste. Okay. Shrimad Bhagavatam is really, really hard. Okay, I'm just reading the translation. I'm gonna take a little break. See, now I'm conscious of people harassing me, so like I'm automatically my abilities are cut down by half because I know, like, if I'm being myself, there'll be communists about it, or fascists, whatever you call them. Yeah, like, if anybody's against what I'm doing and has been harassing me every day for the last 3 months, I don't think they belong here. Just my opinion. My abilities are cut down by half because if I do my thing properly, they'll attack me. This is how all the Brahmanas in India died. All the lowest caste people, Shudras, started attacking Brahmanas whenever they started reading Sanskrit because they realized that fear is on top and God is under the fear. So they constantly intimidated the Brahmanas, from reciting Sanskrit. Whenever a Brahmana recited a Sanskrit, a Shudra would interrupt them. Not just one, groups of them would interrupt them. Why would they interrupt them? Because a lot of Shudras were really bad people. And that's how all the Brahmanas died in India. And this happened about 500 years ago. Sri Chaitanya and maybe a couple of generations after that, but after 50 years of Sri Chaitanya being gone, India was completely subdued by Shudras. No more Brahmanas, no more no more intellectuals in India. It hasn't been like that in 500 years because every time a Brahmana reads, and it says in the Kariki Purana, a Shudra would interrupt them. It is also recorded in Chaitanya Charitamrita. We Brahmanas cannot recite Sanskrit anymore because every time we do, somebody's attacking us. And that's exactly what's happening here. Now, what's the difference between them and me? I have this thing called the only difference is I have this killer. This came out 3 months ago, about 3 months ago. And this can overcome the interruption. But while I'm reciting Sanskrit, what am I gonna do? Switch back and forth between the mantra and that's just ridiculous. And I'm not doing more reading than, like, say, I don't want to do more Sanskrit reading with the English translation. No more than an hour and a half. So I have to just endure it. But this reading was really poor, even by my standard. That's why I'm talking right now because. Now I realize, having read that chapter, I realized, man, like I wish I was free of Shudras around me, attacking, Brahmanas. That's how all the Brahmanas died, and they migrated. Their soul migrated to other countries because the Shudras in India took over. They attacked all the Brahmanas. No more Brahmanas. You say anything in Sanskrit, they'll attack you. Why? Because they're Shudras. Because many bad people are included in that Shudra category. So no more Brahmanas for the last 500 years. I understand that this is really frustrating because, every time I have to be conscious of somebody attacking me while I'm reading Aryan Sanskrit. This happened 500 years ago. That was the last time anybody uttered Aryan Sanskrit because after that, they would die of torture, being tortured every time you read Sanskrit. And this has all the magic powers. And why can't these Shudras get along? Because God and demons do not mix. God's ways are different than demonic ways. God is non-violent. Demons are violent. So whenever you read Sanskrit in Aryan accent, a Brahmana gets attacked by demons. And that's exactly what I call them. And the demons get upset. Because, when you call them out, oh, don't curse us. Well, you have to decide. You are the ones responsible for killing all the Brahmanas in India. You're the descendants of them. Are you gonna, all the Brahmana souls, they came out of India, they went to Europe, they went to places like Japan and Korea, all these So if you show like a Korean, you could teach Koreans very easily Aryan Sanskrit because some of the letterings are very similar. And another reason is because they used to be Indians up until 500 years ago. So yeah, if you're planning a pilgrimage to India, it's been over. It's done. It's been over for the last 500 years. We have the internet now. So what I'm doing is like billion times better than taking a pilgrimage. That's all I gotta say. Okay, translation. Yeah, it's sad. It's recorded in all these prophecy books, Vedic prophecies, Hindu prophecies that Brahmanas will not survive Kali Yuga, and all the remaining Brahmanas are money sellers and other sellers of things. So I'm sorry for my reading. That was about like 50% of my actual ability, because I'm constantly aware of somebody poking me. It's never like a nice gesture. It's always pa, thud, boom. So you do that for 3 months every day, I'm gonna get scared, and then something else will happen because Kaima notices, hey, why is he scared? Anyway, Discourse 26. Narada resumed. Armed with the mighty bow, clad in his gold armor, equipped with his inexhaustible quiver, and attended by his 11th general, Puranjana one day mounted his car drawn by 5 horses and fit for swift marches, and proceeded to the forest called Panchaparasata. The car had a pair of shafts, 2 wheels, 1 axle tree, 3 flag steps, 5 cores, a single rein, 1 charioteer, a seat, 2 poles, 5 recesses, and 7-fold protection. It was capable of 5 kinds of motion and was provided with appurtenances of gold. Leaving behind his wife, who did not deserve such treatment, the proud king, who was totally given up to the passion for game, set about hunting there, bow and arrow in hand. Following the ways of the demons, he became hard-hearted and cruel, and killed with his sharp arrows a number of wild animals in the woods. The scriptures restrict the scope of hunting, and lay down that a king, if he is excessively fond, may kill in the forest, according to his needs, such animals as are fit for sacrifice on sacred occasions, recognized in the scriptures. The wise man who performs his duties thus defined is not tainted by that action, O ruler of kings, thanks to the enlightenment that dawns on him. Full of egotism, he who does his duties otherwise is bound. Having fallen into transmigration and deprived of his judgment, he goes down in the scale of spiritual evolution. The slaughter of wild animals that had their bodies lacerated by his arrows, decorated with variegated feathers, and died with great pain was something hard to bear for those possessed of a tender heart. While killing hares, boars, bisons, gayals, black antelopes, and porcupines, fit for sacrifice, and many other creatures, he felt fatigued. Exhausted with hunger and thirst, he desisted from the cruel act and returned home. And when he had finished his bath and duly taken his meals, he lay down to rest and was relieved of his fatigue. He graced his person with perfume, sandal paste, and wreath of flowers, etc., and well-adorned Oliver thought of his queen. Sated with refreshment, delighted with perfume, etc., and highly proud of his royal state, and his mind seized with passion, he missed his beautiful wife, who helped him in discharging the duties of a householder. As if sad at heart, he inquired of the ladies of the Gymnasium, O king. Bedishot. Is everything well with you and your mistress, O charming damsels? The household wealth in this house looks not so splendid as before at this moment. What wise man would stay like a miserable creature in his house, neglected as a chariot without wheels, etc., if there was no mother or wife looking upon her husband as God in that house? Where is that lovely lady who cheers me up when I am drowning in an ocean of misery, brightening my intellect at every step? The ladies replied, O Lord of men, we know not what your beloved wife is bent upon. See her lying on the bare ground, O slayer of foes. Narada went on. Puranjana, whose judgment had been shaken through attachment to his wife, was sorely perturbed to see her lying unkempt on the ground. With an aching heart, he tried to pacify her with soft words, but failed to perceive in his beloved queen any sign of anger prompted by love towards him. The gallant youth then gradually began to cajole her, skilled as he was in conciliation. He touched her feet, and having seated her in his lap and caressed her, spoke. Puranjana said, Unlucky indeed are those servants whom, when they have committed some offense, their masters or fair one care not to punish by way of correction, recognizing them as subject to their control. Punishment meted out to servants by their master is an act of supreme grace. He who resents it is a fool, in that he fails to recognize it as a friendly act, O lovely one. Therefore, O proud lady with beautiful teeth and graceful eyebrows, reveal to us who are yours, your face with a prominent nose and a sweet tongue, hanging under the weight of love and bashfulness, charming with smiling glances, and decked with dark bee-like tresses. I shall inflict punishment, O spouse of a warrior, on him who has wronged you, unless he belongs to the Brahmana race. I do not find him immune from fear, much less rejoicing in all the three worlds beyond them, if he is other than a servant of Lord Vishnu. Never before did I see your face without its tilaka, dull, cheerless, frowning with anger, untrimmed and sullen, nor did I see even your lovely breasts soiled with tears of grief, and your lips, ruddy as the ripe bimba fruit, without their saffron-like hue. Therefore, be gracious to me, your loved one, even though I have committed an offense against you, in that I went out a-hunting of my own will, seized with a passion for sport. What woman, longing for union, would not accept for befitting services her beloved one who was under her sway, and had been deprived of his patience by the vehemence of love? Thus ends the 26th discourse forming part of the story of Puranjana in Book 4 of the Great and Glorious Bhagavata Purana, otherwise known as the Paramamsa Samhita. Okay. I'm done, thank you. Thinking about chanting here for a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that though. Maybe I'll chant for 45 minutes. So that's something that might be coming up, because I'm planning to go to Tompkins Square in New York City, Manhattan, sorry, and Tompkins Square in Manhattan to skateboard a little bit. I'm trying to skateboard maybe once a week. I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay, thank you. So yeah, I might finish everything up with second round of chanting, but it's not gonna be that long. Morning chanting is probably the longest, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna chant again, probably like 4 rounds, which will take me about 45 minutes. Okay, so chanting coming up in about 15 minutes, because I wanna, it's like wrapping up, chanting. Thank you, have a good day. Namaste.